It's a Tuesday, so you know what that means. It's Zach Attack News Live, and I'm super excited to be on today. We have so many news topics, so many juicy things to talk about. If you are watching live, tell me what's up in the chat and let me know how your day is going. If you're watching a replay, drop it in the comments down below as well, and I will chat with you there. I'm not going to waste any time. We have so much to talk about. So many different things came out when I was preparing the show today, but the biggest thing is some DC news. Finally, some positive DC news. So much that I'm tripping over my words. Super duper excited to talk about these casting announcements, what it means for the movie, what it means for the future of the DCU, and what James Gunn is cooking like The Rock. And we have so much other things to talk about other than that as well. Obviously, Dave Filoni taking over part of Star Wars, new Karate Kid announced, and some controversial news about Scream 7. And we all later in the, we're going to be talking about the Marvels in the box office and what's coming out this week. So let me get right into it. Like I said before, I have Collector Movie Man. Hello, what's up? Hey, man, what's up? Thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Okay. So the first story is Superman's arch nemesis, one of the greatest villains of all time, one of the greatest characters made in the fictional history of all time, has been casted and is a actor that I'm a huge fan of and someone that's so well deserving after being very, very underused in the X-Men franchise. And that person I am talking about is Nicholas Hoult has been casted as Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy. What's so funny about this is this man was going up for the role of Superman. And for whatever reason, he got the villain. And he also went up for the role in Robert Pattinson's Batman as Bruce Wayne and also didn't get that as well. He almost got the Riddler. But I think that is really, really funny that he has finally landed a role, and I think this is the perfect one for him because he reminds me of Tom Hiddleston a lot, and I'm going to explain why I think that's important. I really wanted to get away from Lex Luthor, however. This is great casting. I understand that. They pulled a Loki on Nick. Hey, yeah. Oh, see, Kenny Sparks know what understand what I'm talking about. He's picking up what I'm putting down. So let's read the official announcement. This is coming from Variety, one of the official sources. If it's not Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline. If you hear those news, don't really believe it until one of the trades post it. But James Gunn has found his Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult will play the Man of Steel's arch nemesis in Superman Legacy, completing the core cast for the superhero reboot. With David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan, I think that's how you say her name, Brosnahan? I don't know how to say her last name. I apologize. Already set to play Clark Kent and Lois Lane. We got that news a couple months ago, and it was divided news because a lot of people felt like they should have just kept Henry Cavill, and David Cornsweet kind of looks like Henry Cavill, which is like if you're going to, Henry Cavill looks like Superman. So whoever you cast is going to look a little bit like Henry Cavill. Hoult was one of the actors who was reportedly in the running for the titular role. I don't think I said that correctly, but you know what I mean. Instead, Gunn, the co-chief of DC Studios and writer-director of the film, picked Hoult to play Luthor, the industry titan with a bald head and a abiding fixation on bringing down the last son of Krypton. The bald head. That's so funny how they said that. With the actor strike over, Gunn has been busy filling out this cast. He's confirmed on social media that Maria Gabriela De Farra was recently cast as another villain, the Engineer. That is important. I think that Lex is going to play a smaller role inside of this film, and that the Engineer may be a bigger villain in the film. Besides Lex, I think he's going to be just around, just to introduce him. He might be pulling some strings, but I think that the Engineer is going to be a big part of this film. On superhero side, Superman will be backed by Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion, but he's not playing Hal Jordan. He's playing Guy Gardner, which I think is perfect for Nate Fillion to do. Hawkgirl, played by Isabella Marquez, who's also going to be inside of the Madam Web movie as one of the Spider people, one of the Spider women, which is really, really interesting that she's playing two different superhero roles in two separate franchises. So she has a huge opportunity here to knock it out of the park. She might be part of the MCU and the DCU at the same time. I don't know how it's going to work, but good luck to her. Mr. Terrific is being played by Eddie Gathegi. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said his name incorrectly, but he is someone that's been around for a long time acting. Always one of those character actors that do an amazing job, but never get a lead role. He was in the X-Men franchises. Ooh, mixed up my words. X-Men franchise, just like Nicholas Hoult was, but he was killed off really fast in a very stupid way. And I think this will be really great redemption for him to play a role that will uplift him and uplift the character, because Mr. Terrific is a terrific character. And Metamorpho, this is my most exciting out of all these castings. I love that Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. That's probably my second favorite casting so far in this film. But Anthony Carrigan being playing Metamorpho is my favorite casting in the film yet. If you have not seen the show on HBO called Barry, where he plays, I guess, like an antagonist and a protagonist on that show, he's absolutely hilarious and amazing. And the way he flips between comedy and serious is just amazing and phenomenal in that film. And that was what you need for Metamorpho, because he's naturally going to be a weird character and he has a tragic story, but he has to flip between comedy and like trauma really quickly. And Anthony Carrigan has that in the bag. Superman Legacy is the inaugural feature film in the DC Studios relaunch of the DC Universe in the film and television, which Gunn and fellow co-chief Peter Safran announced in January, which is really interesting. We don't hear anything from Peter Safran. We always hear James Gunn. He's just been the face of this. They must have had a conversation where they were like, you know what? I don't want any backlash. I'll just work behind, make sure the finances is good and everything's set. I need you to be the face. And James Gunn was like, all right. On November 11th, Gunn posted that due to the work of his production team during the strikes, the film will be set to make originally scheduled release July 11th, 2025. Gunn is really showing like what you need to do to make sure your movies hit their dates. The fact that he was still working without the actors and figuring out all the other stuff that the actors don't need to be a part of. To make this movie still continue. So now that they come in and everything is kind of ready and plugged and set, I think it's genius. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep it up as the DCU becomes more and more popular and their demand for product, from Zaslav becomes higher, or even Paramount, because that's the studio that's rumored to buy Warner Brothers in a couple years. But we'll see. Hoult has been busy. Well, Hoult has had a busy docket of late. He was in Renfield recently. He is starring in Clint Eastwood's upcoming legal thriller, Juror Number 2. He's in the animated film Garfield as the voice of John. I just reacted to the trailer of that. He sounded great. And the titular, I don't know how to say that word. The cat owner, he's the cat owner of Garfield. And he's in Robert Eggers' production of, I don't know how to say this word, Nosferatu. That is I think the Dracula, or the original Dracula, opposite of Emma Corrin, Alex Hayden Johnson, and Bill Skarsgård. I'm really excited about that film. Robert Eggers is a phenomenal director, and this sounds like it's going to be a banging project. Guys, how do you feel about Nicholas Hoult being casted as Lex Luthor? Let's see what you guys got to say. First of all, salute to Pert Minded. Salute Pert Minded. Thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you. Let me. Okay. I wonder if he'll use that as a sort of a drive for his Lex Luthor character. I think he absolutely will use that as a drive. I think this is going to be a ferocious Lex that has a lot of built up anger in him, a lot of jealousy. And I think a lot of that he can use because it's something that he's probably going through by not being picked all the time. I couldn't see him as Superman. I haven't seen him in a role where I was like, oh, yeah, he could play Superman, but I could definitely see him as Lex. If you haven't seen him in the show The Great, which I think is his best role he's had so far, definitely could play Lex. And if you've seen him in The Menu, he can play a really great villain. So, yeah, definitely can do this role and knock it out of the park. My mom picked up Oppenheimer in 4K today for me for Christmas gift, but I don't get the movie until Christmas. Nice. That's dope. I missed out on the 4K Blu-ray Steelbook, unfortunately. At this point, playing multiple superheroes is no different than starring in 2 different horror movies. That's true, but we haven't seen it before. We haven't seen it done. Someone being in 2 separate franchises at the same time. We've seen people play one, and then when that role is done, they switch over to the next one. But we haven't seen someone play both at the same time. Like literally, Madam Web comes out in a couple months, and then the next year, Superman comes out. Madam Web is successful, which hopefully it is. I'm never rooting against a movie. Then, Isabel Marcotte will have to do a second one, but then she also is gonna have to do whatever Hawk Girl is gonna have to do next if Superman is successful. So we got to see. Hey, he's phenomenal in Barry. Excellent casting in Metamorpho. Yes, yes, yes. I enjoyed Hoult and Renfield. Me too. I think he was one of the bright spots of that film. What's funny is either the cast was solidified before the strike or people were sending those encrypted emails. Yeah, I think that he couldn't announce a lot of stuff. I think he was getting ready to do the announcements and the strike happened and he's like, hold up, let's stop. We can't do this right now with everyone striking. So I think that's what happened. I think a lot of these people were already had these parts because they were been building for months and months, and now you get a chance. Did you hear that character Abby has been cast for last of season 2? Caitlin Dever is the actress name. That hasn't been officially announced by trade, so I'm going to keep that as a rumor. I think that's very interesting if that is true, because a lot of people want her to be Ellie, so for her to be Abby would be interesting. But I'm not going to support that or go into it until it's officially announced by either the studio or a trade. Did you guys hear about the Scream News 7? We're going to be talking about that soon, Dave. Hold on for 1 second. We got to get through some of this news first. I'm going to be talking about that Scream 7 news and how I personally feel about it, the facts and how I feel. So let's move on to the next topic. Not next topic, but it's still in the same vein. This is still about Superman legacy casting. And this is talking about Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen is a character that is synonymous with Superman. If you have Superman Clark Kent, you have to have a Jimmy Olsen. You have to his best friend, and you also have to have Lois Lane. You had the Lois Lane, and now we have the Jimmy Olsen. And I gotta say, Jimmy Olsen, the guy that they got to play Jimmy Olsen, is absolutely perfect. Not only does he look like a live action Jimmy Olsen, we finally broke the curse of redheaded characters not being played by a redhead. We actually got a redheaded character in the comics being played by a redhead in real life. This is coming from Hollywood Reporter. Superman Legacy cast Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. And let's talk about this. James Gunn Superman movies take another step closer to being up in a way. Oh, that was clever. The inaugural DC Studios feature film continues its casting spree post-actor strike, and now has added 2 key members to the Man of Steel supporting cast. Skylar Gisondo, known for his work on HBO's Righteous Gemstones, which I heard it was a great show. Have not seen it, but I've known him from the amazing show on Netflix called Santa Clarita Diet. He was great in that, and he's very Jimmy Olsen in that show. If you have not seen that with Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant, I don't know how to say his name properly. If you have not seen that show, go check it out. It's so good. But yeah, that's where I know him from. He's been casted Jimmy Olsen, the boyish club photographer at the Daily Planet who works alongside Clark Kent and Lois Lane. And also, if you guys haven't seen The Adventures with Superman, the way they portray Jimmy Olsen in that, perfect, I think, for a modern day age, and hopefully James Gunn takes some inspiration from that, because I think that what they did there with the character was perfect to modernize him. At the same time, Sarah Sampaio, the Portuguese model known for her Victoria's Secret work, has been cast as Eve Tessmacher, the assistant and sometimes mistress to the scheming villain Lex Luthor, who obviously is Nicholas Hoult. So in terms of Eve Tessmacher, before we move on to the rest of this is a character that was introduced first in the Richard Donner Superman movies. She was in Superman 1 and 2, portrayed by Valerie Perrine. She's also been in the Arrowverse. She was in the Arrowverse, portrayed by Andrea Brooks, and she was kind of in Smallville. It was a character named Tess Mercer, which is like Tessmacher, who was a composite of her, Mercy Graves, who was the character from the Superman animated series that was like his female bodyguard, and Lena Luthor, who is his sister. They kind of put all those characters one and made her on the show, but it was very similar. And she debuted in the comics just a couple of years ago, and she's kind of been loosely used. What I think they're going to do here with that character, because the way they use the pictures, I think that she's going to go down the femme fatale, his love interest that he doesn't really pay attention to, is not going to marry, but it's also his bodyguard. I think they're going to combine Mercy Graves and Eve Tessmacher in one character. I think that would be very interesting. Let's see. Continuing down this article, though. The pair joins David Corn Sweat, Rachel Brosnahan. Hopefully that's how you say the name. Jack Larson played Jimmy Olsen in the Superman TV show. Mark McClure played Jimmy in the 1978 Superman and the 3 sequels. Decade later, Sam Huntington played him in Superman Returns. Michael Cassidy kind of played him in Batman vs. Superman, but got killed off very quickly. Tessmacher is not a comic book creation, like I said. Was rather made her debut in Richard Donner's Superman. So yeah, guys, how are you excited about these castings? You know, getting a more comic accurate Jimmy Olsen and having an unknown actress. It says that she's a Victoria's Secret model, so this looks like this might be her first role. And what a big first role she's getting to play this character. I wonder if it's going to be a silent character, because Mercy Graves in the Superman show in the anime series was pretty silent. I don't remember her really talking that much, but was just a badass. And I see a lot of inspiration from that animated series in these castings. Just thinking about how Rachel Brosnahan looks, and she kind of favors that version of Lois. Skylar favors that version of Jimmy. And then the fact that he's getting a actress that kind of looks like Mercy Graves and kind of can just combine those characters in one and make a composite and streamline it. I think that he's taking a big inspiration from those characters, that animated show a lot, and mixing it with other stuff as well. Obviously, he's going to use Richard Donner Superman as a base because everybody does that these days. So let's see what you guys are saying about this news. You said, what do you mean by the same time? So Isabel Marcotte is going to be playing a Spider-Woman in Madam Web in January, and then she's also going to be Hawkgirl in Superman Legacy the following. Is it January? No, July in 2025. And she's going to be having both roles at the same time. So if Madam Web is successful, hopefully, like I said, then she will also still be that character. And since that's going to be merged rumoredly into the MCU, she'll be around in the MCU most likely if things don't flop. And then she's also going to be Hawkgirl in Superman, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be spinned off into her own thing eventually. So that's what I mean. She's going to have these two superhero roles at the same time. I just look at I posted IMDb. If James Gunn does one thing, well, it's casting. I agree. He casts really, really well. Hey, Zach, how are you doing today, man? Have a great stream. Hopefully I can hop by later to watch the rest of the live stream. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for dropping in. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. I wish Santa Clarita Diet got a final season. It was a fantastic show. Me too. It ended in a way where, like, yeah, I wanted more, but also it was just like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I still don't understand why that show got canceled. I just finished the special features of Hunger Games. I'll talk about that later because it's not on the particular topic. I'll star your thing because you try to keep it to what the topic is, and then I'll leave time at the end to do a Q&A. I love Man of Steel, but this definitely feels like traditional Superman. I agree. I love Man of Steel too, but this feels like more mainstream, traditional Superman than anything we've gotten in a long time. Well, My Adventure Superman felt like traditional Superman, and I think Superman and Lois felt like traditional Superman, but this feels like the first live action, cinematic, big blockbuster film to feel like Superman in a long, long time. I'm intrigued by James Gunn DC. It will be my time to get a fresh take for the DC. I can't wait for that Rick Grimes Walking Dead show dropping in February. I just have to wait and see the first trailer of the movie to see if I'm interested in the new Superman movie. I agree. Like, I'm not super duper hype. I'm still cautiously optimistic about it because, once again, I don't know if James Gunn's the best person to write a Superman film. But once the trailer comes out and if it looks great, my hype levels be skyrocketing. Have you got the chance to watch either Thanksgiving or Next Goal Wins? If yes, what are your quick thoughts about it? I'll save that later for Jason Entertainment. I'm trying to stick to the particular topics at hand. I hope to God that Sony stuff isn't merged into MCU. It would be like going to hang out with your friends, but your mom makes you bring. That's funny. Well, we'll see. Hey, Zach, speaking of Superman Legacy, who do you think James Gunn should cast as the next Batman? I think that oh my God, what's his name from Supernatural? I think will be the perfect age for the character by the time that movie. Jensen Ackles should be the next Batman. I think that he's already voiced the character in the animated series. He has history with geeky genre, I think that he could be a great Batman, especially with the cat version of the character they're going with. In Jimmy, I trust. Facts. So, guys, we have more topics coming ahead. If you're watching live, stick around. We're going to keep going. But if you are watching this on replay or when I cut this out in a section, drop your thoughts down below and let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can notify my reviews, my other live discussions like this, my watch-alongs, my trailer reactions, and everything so you can join the Zack Attack Nation. But now we're going to be moving on to the next topic. So we're going to be talking about Star Wars, from one franchise to another. A franchise that was kind of messed up in the mud and hopefully being reborn and refreshed. Another one is happening right now, and this is big news coming out of, hold on, some reason this decided to mess up. Big news coming out of Vanity Fair, one that I don't usually get news from, but Vanity Fair has announced, Star Wars undertakes a universe-shaking change after Ahsoka. Dave Filoni has a new mission in Star Wars universe after guiding Rosario Dawson's force-wielding hero to distant celestial realms in the first season of Ahsoka. I said Ahsoka. The writer, producer, director, who started out working alongside George Lucas on the animated Clone Wars show nearly 2 decades ago, has ascended into a new position at Lucasfilm, one that will give him input into all galactic storytelling going forward. Now I'm what's called Chief Creative Officer of Lucasfilm, Filoni tells Vanity Fair, which places him into the development process much earlier and a much more expansive capacity than his previous advisory duties. In the past, in a lot of projects, I would be brought into it. I would see it after it had already developed a good ways. So now he will be there at the start to advise, to help him and develop these projects so that it's not just like, oh, I'm putting my input after things already made. People might not like his input or not take it. He has more of a control over things that's happening and is going to help develop things moving forward. Filoni will now work more directly with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. So a lot of people have been shouting to the stars to fire Kathleen Kennedy and get her out of here and all this other stuff. What I think is happening is that they're finding a common ground here where they're upgrading Filoni and maybe keep Kathleen Kennedy. And the only reason I think Kathleen Kennedy is being kept is because even though the prequel series or the sequel series trilogy wasn't well received overall, and a lot of people like to dunk on it, it is $1 billion franchise. I think all 3 films made $1 billion. So no matter what, she just made 3 films that were $1 billion each. So they feel like she's good at marketing these films, so people will go see them, but they're bringing maybe Dave Filoni in for the creative side to help her out so these things can be more well received by critics and audiences. And alongside Carrie Beck, a veteran producer turned head of development. See, so they're bringing all these people up to kind of help her out in doing these projects in a better way, to originate and shepherd the next generation of Star Wars shows and movies. After spending many years involved in the creation of Star Wars animation, including the Rebel series, he became increasingly involved in live action as a producer with Jon Favreau on The Mandalorian. I'm shocked that Jon Favreau hasn't gotten a bigger role in this. I think maybe he maybe doesn't want to do it. I'm shocked that they didn't, in the MCU or in Star Wars, Jon Favreau hasn't got to do a film or be a producer or get a bigger role, because he really knows how to do things that deal with the fandom. On The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett was trash though. In his new role, it's opened up to basically everything that's going on. When we're planning the future of what we're doing now, I'm involved at the inspection phase, which is really, really good. The news comes a little over a month after the conclusion of Ahsoka, an 8-episode Disney Plus series that explored how Dawson's Jedi grappled with her legacy of being trained by Anakin Skywalker. Is that what the show was about? I don't know about all that. That might have been an episode, but I don't know if that was the whole show. Who became the Galactic Tyrant Darth Vader. I apologize for all the jumble words. I don't know what's going on with me today. Due to the long-running Hollywood strikes, neither Filoni nor Dawson were able to speak about the show when it debuted in a Vanity Fair exclusive. Both of them are now free to discuss the changes the show brought to the broader Star Wars narrative, both on screen and behind the scenes. Hayden Christensen also returned. Let me see. Is this just about the rest of this? Okay, I'm not telling people what to do, but I do feel like I'm trying to help them tell the best story that they want to tell. I need to be a help across the galaxy here. It's part of the Jedi Council almost. He described his responsibilities as understanding the intent of the filmmakers and being a resource to them. Based on his mentorship under Lucas himself, and his years spent steering the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka, literally hours now of Star Wars storytelling I have done, he said before pausing to rethink his syntax. See, I even phrased that like Yoda. That was great. This guy is really likable. He's a nerd. He knows his stuff. I think that this is a perfect thing. I don't think they go into much more details about like what he's specifically going to do. They're going to start deep diving into the Star Wars lore. But the big thing is Dave Filoni is going to be having a bigger role inside of Star Wars. He's now no longer just going to be a showrunner or doing his movie where he ties everything together. He is going to be helping Kathleen Kennedy and others guide these projects to tell the best story possible so that they're more well received by fans, just like his projects. I'm not super familiar with everything he's done. I've only seen The Mandalorian, which I love, Book of Boba Fett, which was not good, Obi-Wan, which I don't think was good, and then Ahsoka, yeah, I'm saying that right. I always mess it up, which I think is good. I didn't love it. I think that visually it looked amazing, but the story was like kind of all over the place for me. But The Mandalorian I really, really love. So guys in live chat, let me know what you guys thinking about this news. Are you guys excited for Dave Filoni to get that upgrade and not take over Star Wars completely, but help? The only Star Wars thing I'm really looking forward to, Andor. That's my favorite TV show that deals with Star Wars on Disney Plus, and with The Mandalorian. Okay, I hear that. I liked Andor. It's not my favorite because it's kind of slow, but I think it's well made. Filoni equals Kevin Feige. I can see that. I can see people feeling like Filoni equals Kevin Feige. They both have the love for the source material and have a pulse on what the fans want. So this is a big thing. It's been way too long since we got Star Wars film. Yeah, it's been a long time since we got a Star Wars film, but I think it was a needed break. Something maybe the MCU needs, I think, to bring that fever back. And I think the fact that we're only getting one MCU film next year, I think is going to help. But yeah, that is definitely not what the show was about. Like, what are you talking about? That is not what the show was about. I'm interested in Skeleton Crew. That's something that's coming up that they've been talking about. Hey, Malcolm, aka Mr. Awesome, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm so excited that Dave Filoni is taking over Star Wars. We're not taking over Star Wars. I know that was in my title. He's helping. He's helping. He's guiding Star Wars. He's not taking over. He's not even greenlighting anything. He doesn't have those powers. But when things are greenlit, he's going to help guide these people and be a resource so that they can make the best project possible. If you were to hire a writer on a script, what changes will you bring to the tables for the new Star Wars movies? I'm not sure what the new Star Wars movies are. You know, they keep saying ideas for things, and I don't know if any of these things are actually happening. Like if Taika Waititi's project, I would rein him in. He can't go buck wild on Star Wars. He cannot do that. He can't throw Love and Thunder the crap or Ragnarok. I think he needs some guidance with that. I think the Jedi movie, the first Jedi movie with James Mangold, I think that he's a fantastic director. I'm not too sure of his writing chops. He didn't write the last Indiana Jones film. He just directed it. It was directed well. So I think maybe we could give him a little bit leeway, but he just needs to put things in order so it makes sense. Stylistically, tone-wise, story-wise, and just help them get all these things in order and tell the best story possible and not go too wild. Ahsoka was solid. I'd be in for another season. Yeah, I'm definitely be in for another season. I think I'm more settled in what's going on, even though I haven't watched the animated shows. So yeah, I'd definitely be down for another season. But guys, thank you for joining the live stream and telling me in the comments what you feel about this story. Dave Filoni taking over the chief creative officer position for Lucasfilm and helping Kathleen Kennedy, not getting her fired, but helping her usher a new wave of Star Wars content. Stick around if you're in the live chat. We're going to be moving on to our next topic. But if you have been watching this on the replay or watching this as I break it up, drop your comments down below and let me know how you feel about Dave Filoni taking over Star Wars. I think this is, helping taking over Star Wars, and how big of a deal this is. I think this is really great. I'm not a huge fan of everything he's done, but I think this is a really smart idea for him to do. Drop all those comments down below and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be a part of live streams, watch movie reviews, and trailer reactions. Now, let's move on to the next topic. Cobra Kai is one of my favorite TV shows on Netflix. I love this show so much. I'm super excited for the season to come. And when I announced that there was going to be a new Karate Kid film, I was very, very scared that they were going to kind of just ignore Cobra Kai completely. We got new news about the new Karate Kid film, and this is coming from Variety. New Karate Kid movie to unite Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. So we're going to be combining both of those Karate Kid films, the OG ones where Ralph was the original Karate Kid back in the day with Mr. Miyagi, and then the one with the 2010 with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. I think that's really, really interesting that we're going to be combining these two together and uniting them to one movie. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, who starred in separate Karate Kid films decades apart, will unite for a brand new movie set in the martial arts franchise. The new movie from Sony Pictures director Jonathan Entwistle, don't know who that is, and writer Rod Lieber, I've heard of him, will premiere in theaters December 13th, 2024. So that's really, really soon. We're actually getting that next year, December, almost a year from now. So that means that they must have this in tow like a lot faster than we expect. And a Karate Kid film is probably not going to be too expensive. So that's also why this is probably going to be able to be made, but it might get pushed. I can see that. Karen Rosenfeld is producing. Plot details are kept under wraps on the new movie, but Macchio will reprise his role as Daniel LaRusso, who he played in the original Karate Kid film trilogy starting in 1984 and brought back for the Netflix show Cobra Kai. Chan will return to the role of Mr. Han, a kung fu master based on Mr. Miyagi, who coached Jaden Smith, Dre Parker in 2010 remake. Really, really exciting. A lot of people always wonder, are these movies together? Are they in the same universe? Is this a reboot? Well, that's the answer. If they're both going to be in the film, this means this is all one universe, and we can have an opportunity to get like the illest Karate Kid crossover ever. Macchio has kept the character of Daniel going through Cobra Kai, which announced its 6th and final season earlier this year. And it kind of makes sense that this is ending now because he's going to move on to the new Karate Kid film, and hopefully it ties into the Cobra Kai show a little bit. Hopefully you don't forget it. The show, created by Josh Heed, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schultzberg, takes place several decades after the events of the original Karate Kid films, reigniting a rivalry between the now middle-aged Daniel and Johnny Lawrence. It's unclear how the sprawling story of Cobra Kai will factor into the new Karate Kid movie. Making the announcement in a video post on YouTube, Chan and Macchio launched a global casting search for a brand new Karate Kid to lead the movie, inviting actors to submit audition tapes to KarateKidCasting.com. That is very, very interesting. We haven't had something like that in a very, very long time, where someone gets to, submit castings for a film and it's public. I can't remember the last time they did something like this. Macchio is rep by United Entertainment, Butch Wall Hansen, and all these other places. I'm not going to rep all these people. And then they have the announcement video. I'm not sure if I'll get flagged for playing this. You know what? Let me play this. I don't think I'm.
Hi everyone, we've got big news.
We're starring in a new Karate Kid movie together.
That's big news. But we even have bigger news.
Bigger than that?
We're looking for next Karate Kid.
That's right. The global search for the star of our new film starts right now. So let's wax on, wax off, everybody.
You mean check it on, check it off, hang it up?
Maybe the new Karate Kid will have to do it all. I'm excited. You excited?
I'm very, very excited.
Let's do it. Learn more about this new role.
Submit your audition video.
That's really, really excited. I'm excited for this. I think a new Karate Kid film is way overdue. I think that if they modernize it in a way where they find a way to keep the cheese of the Karate Kid franchise, Cobra Kai franchise, that would be great, while also modernizing in a way where new kids can be interested in it and love it. I think it will be really, really done well. I have to look up these directors and writers to see what they've done, is get a kind of field of it. I'm actually going to Google it right now. Why not? Who's this person? Jonathan Entwistle. What have you directed before? Let's Google you, man. Okay. Jonathan Entwistle has directed I'm Not Okay With This. Ooh, that's a show that was on Netflix I really, really, really loved. And The End of the Effing World. He also wrote episodes or directed episodes of those shows. Two shows I really, really enjoy, but are like in a darker tone. But he hasn't done much outside of that. He has a Lost Boys remake apparently coming out, but I haven't even heard of that. Other than that, he hasn't done much. So this is going to be his chance to prove for him to do something huge. And then the writer, who's Rod Lieber. Let's see. What has he written? I've heard this name before, but I'm not too sure what he's written before. So it looks like he has The Shrinking, Peter Rabbit for 2018. I heard that movie was good. Goosebumps 2 from 2018. I even knew that was a thing. And Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Oh, I heard about that movie. I don't know if it was good or not, but he doesn't have a lot of experience writing action films. So it's interesting. You know, they might have pitched something great, and you never know. Just because someone doesn't have the experience with it, you never know. Because the Russo brothers did a phenomenal Winter Soldier and Civil War, and they never wrote an action film before that. So it sounds cool. Let's see what you guys have to say in the live stream. This was a little bit of Star Wars leftovers. I would love Star Wars to turn Vision shorts into series, but you heard me beat that drum to before. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I think if the show exploded into popularity, they would consider that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to stick to the small screen. I enjoyed the Indiana Jones movie, and I enjoyed it to conclude Harrison Ford Indiana Jones. I also agree. I did enjoy the Indiana Jones film. I thought it was great. But my Indiana Jones takes are controversial, to say the least. Cobra Kai is phenomenal. I haven't really watched season 5 because I'm a buffoon. Oh, man. Season 5 is so good. I love, love, love Cobra Kai. Yo, Jackie Chan having to slow down to make fight scenes between him and Ralph believable is going to be hilarious. That is hilarious. That is true, because they fight really, really slow in that film. So yeah, he is going to have to slow down unless Ralph is going to speed up. I don't know. Maybe we underestimating him. I definitely like Jackie Chan. He's one of my favorite karate actors. Me too. Oh, I'm finna train for 30 days and 30 nights to send my video in. You need to get on that what's it called? That One Punch Man training regimen to get into shape so you can do it, man. A new Karate Kid film sounds dope. Yeah, it does. It does. I think that bringing these together is a really great idea. If they don't cast me, I'm yelling ageism. You're not a kid. You don't look anything like a kid. You sound like was it Machine Gun Kelly, who wants to be cast as Link? He's gonna be mad. No, nobody's casting him as Link. And sorry, Kenny, no one's casting you as a Karate Kid. Maybe you can get like the bully. I'm not okay with this. Damn, the pandemic took so much from us. Facts. That and Glow. Oh, they both got canceled because of the pandemic. It's going to be awesome seeing the Karate Kid tie with the Cobra Kai. Well, hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. They might just ignore it. Maybe it might be a wink and a wink mention, but I don't know if they're going to bring the Cobra Kai kids in. I really, really hope they do somehow. I don't know. It might be too much, but I'll be down. Hey, Mike, thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Your next Karate Kid me. Everybody's about to submit a video. Oh my God, Dave's video would be the finest piece of work ever. But yeah, this is all exciting news. I'm super excited to see the casting and who they bring, the audition tape that they will eventually post online to show how he got it, and or she, it might be a girl, you never know. It could be a boy or a girl. I can seriously see it being a girl in 2024. They could do a girl Karate Kid. I'll star that comment. But yeah, guys, keep chatting in the live stream. I appreciate this. If you are talking about something that is not dealing with the subject, I have started, and we'll talk about it in the Q&A section at the end. If you're watching this on a replay, let me know what you guys think about the Karate Kid news. They're merging these two universes to one and bringing a new Karate Kid. Do you think Cobra Kai will be added? Will it be skipped over? Drop all those comments down below. If you are watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, or you're watching it separate when I separate the video apart. If you are doing that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you notify my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and more. If you're live, stay tuned as we move on to the next topic. He said nothing wrong with the girl Karate Kid. No, we had it. I forgot who played the girl Karate Kid. I am forgetting her name right now. Girl Karate Hilary Swank, who I hope they bring in Cobra Kai season 6. That'll be really, really cool. But yeah, the next news topic is something controversial. Someone brought it up earlier. Did I star that comment? No, I didn't start that comment. But somebody brought that up earlier, and I'm really, really mixed and confused and confuzzled about this news and how I feel right now. Before I even get into the news, I feel like I might be on a boycotting with this one, but let's talk about it. Someone brought it up earlier about the Scream news, which is confuzzling. Melissa Barrera, the star. Why is this ad on here? Can you move? No, it won't move. Sorry, guys. Melissa Barrera dropped from Scream 7 due to her social media post on Israel-Hamas conflict. Insane. Cannot believe this has happened. She's been the star of the film, the main protagonist, and the most interesting character in the franchise. Well, the new version of the franchise. I don't want to say like the whole franchise, but these new films, this new trilogy that they were working on. This is coming from Deadline. Deadline has confirmed that actress Melissa Barrera has been dropped from Spyglass Media's Scream 7. Sources say this is due to reposts in her Instagram stories, which have been perceived as anti-Semitic. There has been screen captures of her IG stories online. You can see below. I've kind of went over it a little bit and talked about it. I don't want to really get too super political on this stream. I just want to say that I guess cancel culture does work both ways. And if people don't like what you have to say, even if it seems like it's a positive thing that you're saying, you can get canceled. And it really sucks. It kind of drives all my excitement for Scream 7 just down the drain completely. Nev Campbell completely being ignored for the last film and potentially not being put on for this next film because they don't want to pay her. And also now this is happening because of some post that she made, which when I was like, oh, what did she say that was so offensive that they had to drop her? Because I was like, hold on, maybe she said something offensive. We've seen actors do some things like Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. People are saying they want him to get dropped from Stranger Things because he's been around some Zionism and sexy and anti-Palestine things he's been around. No one has really talked about that. There hasn't been any movement on that. But Melissa Barrera, who I feel like when I look at these posts, the first thing it says, I love my Jewish friends. I stand with you in these horrible times. I empathize with your fear and pain. No one deserves to be persecuted or attacked. I know that a lot of Jewish people are not okay with what the government of Israel is doing, which is the same. Jewish children are dying. Innocent Jewish people are dying. Palestine children are dying. Have been dying for decades. And she kind of goes into like what's going on with Palestine and things like that, and with the bombings and things like that, and saying why is one group is terrorist but the government is not. And I think that's the key factor of what is going on. It's the fact that she talked negatively about the Israel government there. She's talked about the ethnic cleansing and genocide and the dangers of things that have been said in the media that's not being pushed to the U.S. media and sharing those things about the airstrikes and kind of things about the 1940 and the Nakba and things like that. And she's talked about Gaza a little bit, but in these posts, it never seemed like she was attacking Jewish people, being anti-Semitic towards Jewish people specifically, or being super pro-Palestine. She was saying the things that are happening to both of them are terrible, and that these things need to be brought to light. What's going on both sides of the story, and it's really, really interesting that the Scream 7 would drop their star over these. It's just peculiar. I know that cancel culture has been a thing. It's been progressive. People get fired over tweets that they made. But a lot of times those things are just wild stuff. Like the guy from The Flash, when he got dropped for The Flash, that was playing Rubber Man, he was saying wild stuff about beating women and stalking them and different things like that. So that makes sense, even though it was so long ago. But I could kind of understand why you don't want to be associated with somebody that made those jokes or did those things before. Those are all, we don't know if he did it or not. Other people who have got canceled for saying things on social media, usually there are things about like violence against women or supporting racism or something like that. But this one is really, really peculiar because I feel like she was towing the line in what she was talking about. Let's see what the live chat has to say about this, if you guys even want to talk about it, because I know it's a touchy subject. This is a little bit from the Karate Kid stuff. Nothing wrong with a girl Karate Kid. Yep. They should hire twins and have Daniel and Mr. Han train each. That is genius. Get this man in the writing booth individually. Yeah. Who is Melissa Barrera? She's an actress who starred in Scream 5 and 6. She was also in another movie. I'm trying to see if they have it here. Yeah, she starred in a series called Vita, which was like where she got noticed, and then she was in Into the Heights before she jumped on Scream. That was like her big breakout role. I think she's a great actress. I think in Scream 5, she had to get into the character. I think Scream 6 she did much better. Just unfortunate. I don't think they would have made this movie if they didn't have Jenna Ortega in their back pocket. That's really interesting. You have to say that because I feel like you're saying that Jenna Ortega taking over the starring role, I guess you're saying that. I just wonder what the other 3 members of that core 4 are going to do. Are they going to continue on and they just kill off this character? Or are they going to recast the character and just move on there? Or are they going to boycott it? I don't know how close they are for her. They show that they're close on social media, but you never know. That might just be a work relationship. You never know if they're actually that close. It's really interesting to see what the response to this is happening. Let's see. They better get City back with a ton of cash, and this will sink the Scream. And this will sink the Scream's franchise. I really do think this is going to sink the Scream franchise under these creators. From what you read, I really don't know what was fireable. Do you think Courtney Cox or the original Scream lady from the first original Scream lady, Neve Campbell, from the first movie are going to be kicked from the movie, and those are the only 2 I really care for this Scream series? I don't know. I don't know what Courtney Cox has been doing. I haven't seen her really post anything on social media, pro or anti. I haven't heard about it if she has. I just know that I've seen a lot of pro-Israel stuff from a lot of actors, and I haven't heard anything negative about it coming to them about it. Other than Noah Schnapp, but he was specifically in something like that was not great. so other than that, but every time I haven't seen people who post things about pro-Palestine or like talking about the duality of the situation. This is the first time I've seen somebody get backlash for it. So it's just really interesting that the woman of color, she is a Hispanic. She's a little browner than everybody else. Is the one that gets dropped first. So it's just really scary. I don't want to get too deep into how I feel about the Israel-Palestine thing. I'm not going to talk about that. Just Melissa Barrera personally. I was watching these movies because of her, because I think that she played the character really well, and I was invested in her character story and her performance. And now that she's dropped, as of right now, I feel like I'm not going to watch Scream 7. I don't know for sure. I might just take that week off in coverage. In terms of movie reviews, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. I feel really bad because I really liked 5. I really liked 6. I really wanted to see 7, but we'll see. Hey, Darpy, thank you for joining the live stream, man. Long time no see for real. I try to avoid that kind of stuff when actors post that kind of stuff. I don't avoid it. It's interesting to see what the actors believe in. And yeah, you should go look up the Breaking Bad 2 trailer, good sir. I've never watched Breaking Bad before, so I'm not really super interested in watching that. Scream 7 is cooked. Well, let's see. They might get Nev Campbell back, and people might just completely forget about it. Like Melissa Barrera, I think was important to the core 4 and everything like that, but I don't think she became this iconic character in a way that people are like, "Oh my god, I'm never gonna watch it." If they bring Nev Campbell back, I think if they bring Nev Campbell back and make Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox more important to the story, with Jenna Ortega and the rest of the core 4, with the core 3, I guess, that people will just ignore this, unfortunately. Do you think she's going to sue? I'm not sure what her contract states. There's some actors' contracts that states if you do anything that we feel can hurt the brand or is egregious, that they can drop you. So I don't know if that was in her contract or not. If it wasn't, then she does have basis to sue. But we'll have to see what comes. This is brand new news. This literally came out like an hour before I go on live stream, or maybe 2 hours. Well, you never watched Breaking Bad? Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. Yeah, I don't know how you finished the trilogy now. The story really relied on her. Yeah, it really did rely on her. I thought they were going to in a very interesting way. So, yeah. Woo! So yeah, that was my thoughts on this breaking news of Melissa Barrera being dropped from Scream 7. I just showed the facts, kind of told you how I feel about the situation and how is this weird thing that's happening. And hopefully we get more news. Hopefully we get more from her. I know that she posted something on social media kind of in response to it, where she kind of put, at the end of the day, I'd rather be excluded for who I include than included for who I exclude, which is very powerful. And I respect her for standing on her 2 toes. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be really rough. She just lost possibly the biggest role of her life. I know people have been kind of seeing she's been in running for Wonder Woman for the new DC universe. I don't know if this is, I don't know how James Gunn might still take her because he's been canceled before. He understands and his cancellation was worse. His jokes and stuff like that was way worse than this. So we'll see what happens with this. Never might not come back. Nev might not come back. They funny with the money in the first place. That is true. Do you know if Scream 7 was supposed to be the final movie? We don't know. We don't know if this was going to be the last one of this. You know, money talks. If this movie made a whole ton of money, they'd be like, okay, let's do a 4th one. I'm not sure. Unless you just make Scream 7 with the MTV cast. Might as well pull a Halloween season of The Witch, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's possible. We'll see. The Scream brand is strong, so it might be people in our circle that might feel upset, but casual fans may not know. They might be like, hey, hold on, where's the girl that was originally in the movie? But they're like, oh yeah, they recast her, or she died off screen. They're like, okay, Jenna Ortega's still here, so we'll have to see. But guys, thank you for dropping all those comments. If you are watching this on a replay or watching this when it's in a separate, drop all your comments below. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Keep it civil in the comments. I know this is a sticky subject. Please don't fight amongst each other. Please don't say anything racist or anti-Semitic or anti-Palestinian. That's not going to be acceptable in my chat. And also hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified and join the Zach Attack Nation when I do reviews, live streams, trailer actions, and more. I have 2 more topics to talk about in this live streams in Zach Attack News. This is going to be a quick, breezy one, it looks like. So stay tuned if you're joining live. Let's move on. So moving on, we're going to be talking about the domestic box office. This is Zach Attacks the Box Office, or Box Office Class. I don't know. I got to find a name for this thing. We'll workshop it. I'm going to workshop some names, and I'm going to put it in the community tab, what I should call this segment. Guys, drop it in the chat if you have some names you think I should call the box office section. of this with graphics and stuff like this. This show will grow as we come together. But let's talk about the box office. This is the narratives in this one are huge, baby. We got lots to talk about on this. So that makes sense. Zach attacks the box office. Attack the box office. I like Attack of the Box Office because you ever watched that show on G4 called Attack of the Show, Attack of the Box Office? Box office match with Zach attacks. I'm gonna save all these. Hold on. Where's my phone? I'm gonna take a picture of all these and save these. And I'm gonna put it in the community tab so people can vote. That's gonna be fun. I love being interactive with you guys because this is not just my YouTube channel. And sorry for the creaky chair. This is everyone's YouTube channel. And soon I'm very close to monetization. I'm gonna soon be able to have super chats and donations and have member stuff, and that's going to be really fun. And I'll ask you guys in the community what you guys want for membership. So that's really, really exciting. But let's talk about this box office. Attack of the Box Office, we'll call it right now. Debuting at number 1 is The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Debuted at 44 million. Why this is something to talk about is because this is a movie that was projected to debut at 50, maybe 60 million. So it underperformed in a way, but at the same time, it was only made for $20 million. So this is still a win. It made back its production budget. Everything from here now is going to be a plus. Maybe the franchise has to build. Hopefully good word of mouth will help this movie achieve more. Because if you want to see my review, you could go check it out. I did some experiments on there. Go definitely check out my review for The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I do think that the name of the movie, heard it. It's a weird long title that doesn't really tell you what the movie's about, even though it does tell you what the movie's about. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is what the movie's about. It's just in a metaphorical way, the title. I don't think they should have put the metaphors in the title. I know that's what the book is called, but they should have adjusted that title a little bit. I think that the fact that Rachel Zegler was starring in it, and she is a lightning rod for controversy right now after her Snow White comments. So I think there's some people boycotting her movies. I think that Tom Blyth, who played young Snow, who I thought was fantastic in the movie, it's not a big box office draw. And also the biggest star in the film was Viola Davis, who, as phenomenal as she is, an all-time actress that she is not someone that is a box office draw, unfortunately. As she goes, maybe she will be as she gets bigger roles, but as of right now, she's usually relegated to a supporting cast member. She doesn't really get to star many movies where she's just the main star. The only thing her big starring role was oh my god, I was gonna say House of Cards. It's not House of Cards. Oh my god, what's that show that's on that TV show she did by Ola Zavis, the queen herself. How to Get Away with Murder was a show that was like really, really, really big. Really, really huge for her. And she did fantastic in that, but she needs some cinematic versions of that. I think that The Woman King was going to be that for her, but unfortunately, that movie was hit with controversy and a lot of people didn't go see it, unfortunately. So yeah, I think that this was a great start. I think 45 million is under with projections, but at least it made back its budget. And I think that word of mouth can keep it with long legs and it can hit the century mark, which is really, really impressive and is going to be great. And hopefully we get more movies attached to this because this movie was great and it was a fantastic start. Let's see what you guys have to say about this box office. Another massive franchise I skipped like a dummy. Hey man, you have an opportunity now. Everybody just give a shout out to Dave's show. He's doing a Mission Impossible watch franchise review on his channel. So yeah, go check it out, man. Just like me, there's a lot of stuff I haven't gotten to see yet either. So you can go back and you can watch these and you can review them now. Zach, Days of Your Box Office. Zach, Days of Your Box Office. The title is fitting, but it's a lot. It's a lot to say. Yeah, it's a tongue twister. Can't say that too fast. And Peter Dinklage was in it from Game of Thrones. Yeah, but Peter Dinklage is not a box office draw. He's a fantastic actor. I think that he was good in this movie, but I don't think he's a box office draw. I never seen a movie. He had a movie that came out recently that he starred in, and no one talked about at all. Unfortunately, that came out a couple weeks before this. Watch Your Mouth on Viola. Come on, you know I love Viola. Come on, you know one of the best actors in the world, baby. Viola's only good as Waller. How dare you? Derpy, you watch your mouth. She is not only good as Waller. How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah. That is Cap. She's fantastic at everything. Thank you for correcting yourself. You scared me, Derpy. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Woman King. Come on, Zach. She wasn't in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Dave Show, are you mixing up black women? That was Angela Bassett, my fine sir. She's great in The Woman King. She is phenomenal in The Woman King. I want to see her in an action film ASAP Rocky. Finally, me and Zach agree on a movie. That's true. Me and Kenny respect each other so much. We talk to each other all the time, but we disagree on movies a lot. This is the first time where we both agree on a movie. The only thing is the author of the book would have to write 2 more books about President Snow. Yeah, but she's working on it, and I think we can wait. I don't think that it's gonna be a problem if we wait a little bit for it, especially if there's a time jump. And the actors will look older and everything like that. And hopefully Tom Bliff gets more roles because I think he deserves more chances to star in films and be a part of cast. Yeah. Oof. Wow. So all black women look alike. I say that in jest. Hey, how you seen with T? Thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate you. We're now talking about the box office. We were just talking about the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. They should have took that second "the" out. It should have been the Hunger Games, Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes instead of the Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, or just say Hunger Games, the Ballad of They shouldn't have been 2 "thes." It's just too much. I did not know she was writing 2 more books about the presents now. Yeah, she is writing 2 more books. It's supposed to be a trilogy of books. Okay, I'll take my leave now. I'm embarrassed. It's okay. It's okay. Someone mixed up Samuel Jackson and Morgan Freeman. It happens. People mix up white actors all the time. So it's okay. I know you didn't mean anything ill by it. Tom Bliff is fantastic. He was. Oh my God. I've never seen him anything before, but I am on board. I enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. I was shocked. I went with that movie with low expectations. Well, speaking of low expectations, but Universal Pictures continues to prove that the Trolls brand is strong. This bad boy brought in $31 million at the box office to come in at second, and is another kids movie that may hurt the Disney movie that's coming out this week, which is Wish, which sucks. But the Trolls brand is so strong. These movies consistently gross $100 million worldwide, and it might do it again, and are cheap to make. And then they make a whole lot of money on digital, and then they do okay on streaming. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about Trolls other than that. The fact that the brand is strong, the kids love it. It made a good amount of money, and I think it's continued to be strong. Universal with another hit on this thing. I think where's Five Nights at Freddy's? Has it dropped that far? Or am I missing it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, so Universal's Pictures. So they have 2 movies in the top 5. Very, very good job by Universal Studios on that part. I like their content strategy, man. They're supporting the studios, and they're also supporting streaming. They're supporting the digital route. They're helping the industry as a whole, unlike Disney and other companies that's doing too much. Let's see what you guys have to say about this part. Viola Davis and Peter Dinklage were great. Yeah, they were. I reviewed Trolls and it was so good. See, and it's positive word of mouth. So the movie is good. It's doing well. I saw Thanksgiving horror. Oh, well, hold on. We're gonna get to that. What website am I looking up to look up box office? That would be boxofficemojo.com. I trust Box Office Mojo is pretty trusted site for doing this. I'm also seeing Wish tomorrow. Oh, good job, good job. I'm seeing that on Thanksgiving. So you guys don't have no more to say about Trolls. Other than that, let's move on to the next film, and that will be Thanksgiving, the horror movie by Elon Musk, distributed by TriStar Pictures, which you don't really see that often. Brought in 10 million. Not great. The word of mouth has been fantastic, and I really wanted to see this movie in theaters. I don't know when I'm going to get to this, and The Holdovers are two movies, which I'm going to talk about The Holdovers soon, are two films I was so excited to check out, but just not going to be able to get a chance to check out in theaters. Maybe I'll get to check it out later, but the critic scores at 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, meaning most critics liked it, and the audience scores a little lower at 78%, but that happens with horror films. 10 million is not that great on the film. I know horror films usually do a lot better than this. Even like Boogeyman did better than this. But let's see what the budget was. What was the budget for Thanksgiving? I should have known. I shouldn't. It was 15 million. So it almost made back its budget. So it might do good. It might end up doing good for them, but I can see this being sent to streaming really, really fast because it didn't have a huge debut. Usually horror movies make back their budget really fast in theaters. So we'll see what you guys have to say. You guys are really talkative at this part. I love it. I love the energy in the chat. What the F is this crime against humanity? Huh? What are you talking about? Hey, Shay. Everyone, as always, when my niece is in the chat, say hi, Shay. That's S-H-A-Y. I dropped a review on Thanksgiving and I loved it. I'm going to have to check it out. For some reason, your videos have been popping up on my feed. I'm going to have to search you up and watch your last couple of reviews. I reviewed The Holdovers. Such a great movie. Sucks it's not being talked about. Yeah, but it's going to get award attention. I think it's going to get a lot of award attention, and I'm about to bring up The Holdovers right now. Paw Patrol banging last is madness. Yeah, Paw Patrol, it's not that strong of a brand for adults. Once the kids saw it, and I think it's on streaming and already, it's not going to make a lot of money. I'm going to try to go see Napoleon December 2nd or 3rd. Okay. I think there's even could be a new franchise. We'll see. It depends. The fact that it didn't knock it out of the park the first weekend, we'll see. Hopefully. Friday and Freddy had a 60% drop. I think that's the biggest drop it's had so far, but it made $132 million. Everything coming in after, I just realized I'm not small. Coming in after that, after the initial showing on the $78 million it made, it's just a plus. This movie was made for $20 million. We're definitely getting a second, and hopefully they raise the budget. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, in the top 6 is dropping a little bit. This is the biggest drop it's had so far at 54%, but it's made $175 million at the box office, which is just cash in Taylor Swift's pocket. The Holdovers increased by 700% as it added more theaters than it had before. About almost 1,000 theaters it added, and it's not even going wide. It's going wide this Friday. So we'll see if it does even better moving forward. This is really, really exciting for this movie. I really want to go see it. I've heard only amazing things about this film. This, Saltburn, and Dream Scenario are 3 films I really, really want to go check out. I'm really excited to check out The Holdovers. I heard really great things about it, but this is really impressive for a indie film to do so well. And then, Next Goal Wins didn't do great. Only made $2 million at the box office, has middling reviews. Unfortunately, this is not a good sign for Taika Waititi's future in terms of things that people may be kind of scared to give him big budget projects because Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't received well, even though it did well at the box office. And then now this is not received well and is flopping. So I worry, and the budget for this $14 million. That's not great to start at $2 million. It might make it even on the budget. We'll see. $2 million is not great. It might drop heavily the second weekend. We will talk about it next week. Priscilla increased theaters, not doing too great. It dropped to 49%, but it still has award plays, goals. And I think that the movie was inexpensive to make. Priscilla. But I do think there's people who are against this movie, unfortunately, because they're Elvis fans, and the movie was 20 million to make. So that's not bad. It's gonna make back its budget. It's at 16 million. It's gonna make back its budget. And make maybe a little bit more. Kills the Flower Moon dropped 57%. It's at 63 million total gross. That is domestic. This is not worldwide totals. So I don't know if this movie is going to make 100 million at theaters, which is not great because it costs 200 million to make before marketing. But this is an awards play. It's a play to get it on the streaming services, and we'll see how it does on Apple TV. We have Tiger 3, which is coming from India. It dropped 46%. Is expected. Is usually the Indian movies kind of do high in the beginning and drop because there's not a lot of American audiences watching it. Saltburn got to number 14, but this was a limited release. Paw Patrol dropped 83%, but it's been on the charts for a couple weeks. So that's not, crazy. Dream Scenario, which is a movie I'm really excited to check out, another A24 film, was plus 25. So let's see what happens when it goes wide this Friday. But yeah, that's really just that's funny. Oppenheimer is still going. People are still watching Oppenheimer in theaters. So funny. And the creator, dropped heavy. But that is the box office smash. I don't know. We're going to figure out the name for this part of the segment that we have to talk about. Let's see what you guys have to talk about in the live chat. Let's see what's going on. There's a new Karate Kid. Yeah, I talked about this earlier. There's going to be a new Karate Kid next year in 2024. They're looking for a new Karate Kid now. If you want to be the Karate Kid, Chad, I know you did karate for a little bit. You can submit a video. Go Google it. Go make us rich. Did you check out my Hunger Games review? Not yet. Has my videos been popping up for you, Zach? I don't. YouTube like me up. No, yeah, I've been seeing your vids. Hey, Kala Daily, what's up, man? Thank you for being in the live stream. Let's go, indeed. What site are you using to see the stats? That is boxofficemojo.com. Dang, Saltburn is low. Remember, it's a limited release, so it's gonna be low. It's not a movie that's super advertised and it doesn't have many box office drawing stars. Barry Keoghan is not there yet. He could be, maybe. He's very talented, but the only superhero film he was in was Eternals, which a lot of people didn't see. The Killer's Steelbook looks good though. The Killer. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pick. I like the movie overall. I know that, but I like the movie overall, so I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I missed on the Oppenheimer Steelbook, so I'm not gonna do that with The Killers. Speaking of Indian movies, Zach, I have one for you that you need to check out. I will send you the link. Appreciate that. Okay, so this was great. So now we're gonna go on to our last segment of the day, and that is what's next. What's next for this week that you can go check out? We're going to talk about the movies that are coming out that came out today and for the rest of the week in theaters and digitally. So the site I'm using is Movie Insider, the site that I trust to get this news. There's other sites I've tried, but they don't give all the information. They don't really tell you what's where. So I trust Movie Insider with their information description. Sometimes they have trailers. So let's see what came out today, just Tuesday. A movie called Leo with Bill Burr, Cecily Strong, Jason Alexander, Rob Schneider, Sadie Sander, Nick Swartzen. Came out as an animated film. Actor-comedian Adam Sandler delivers signature laughs in his coming-age animated musical comedy about the last year of elementary school as seen through the eyes of a class pet. Jaded 70-year-old lizard Leo has been stuck in the same Florida classroom for decades with his Chitarium mate. I'm probably saying that wrong. Mate turtle Bill Burr. Hold on. Adam Sandler and Bill Burr in the same movie playing jaded characters sound amazing. When he learns the only has 1 year left to live, he plans to escape to experience life on the outside, but instead gets caught up in the problems of his anxious students, including an impossibly mean substitute teacher. Ends up being the strangest, most rewarding bucket list ever. That actually sounds absolutely amazing. And definitely want to check it out on Netflix. This is streaming on Netflix if you guys are interested in that. Sounds really, really interesting. I don't really read documentaries, but there's a documentary called Bye Bye Barry coming on Prime Video. It's out now if you want to check that out. Do Not Disturb, a movie I've been looking out for a while now. It's now on digital. You can rent it if you want to, anywhere you rent movies. Chloe and Jack travel to Miami for their honeymoon. Amidst the flashy neon and sunny beaches, they decide that a peyote experience will strengthen their marriage. A peyote? I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Tell me if I'm not. Unbeknownst to them, they are given a rare and powerful strand. Oh, it must be a drug that awakens a desire to eat human flesh. Confronting their toxic relationship, their suite becomes a den of love, lust, and resentment as she realizes that the only way to escape this troubled marriage to an emotionally abusive husband is to literally consume him. Sounds insane. Liberty, a young park guide, holds 6 people captive, treating them as caged animals to deliver his chilling message of freedom. Liberty is a powerful, deeply human thriller that goes beyond the animal cause and stands against all forms of injustice. This is on VOD digital, so you can rent it now. This is that's a series. Relative, which is a documentary. I'm going to skip that. Let's talk about what's coming out Wednesday. The big movies are not coming out on this Friday. They're debuting on Wednesday. Some of them are out right now on Tuesday. I know some people that want to go see Napoleon. But on Wednesday, we're going to be getting Napoleon, the Ridley Scott film starring Joaquin Phoenix, Vanessa Kirby, Ben Miles, Michael Proust, Kevin Walsh, and a bunch of others. Napoleon Bonaparte swiftly, ruthlessly climbs to emperor. He has an addictive and often volatile relationship with his wife and one true love, Josephine. So this is going to be a 2-hour, 48-minute epic with crazy action sequences. If you have not seen the trailers for this, go check out my trailer reactions for Napoleon on my channel. This movie has been one of my most anticipated films for a long time. It has very mixed reviews, which I'm kind of scared for, but I'm checking it out on Thanksgiving. I'm really excited. And my double feature for Thanksgiving is going to be with Wish. New Disney film, an original Disney film where a young reader is transported into a mystical world of his favorite series of fantasy books. Oh, I didn't know that's what the movie was about. Yeah. So Wish is a movie that hasn't been super hyped up about for a lot of people, but I'm excited to go check it out. It's a female protagonist, a black female protagonist that's not turned into an animal, thank God. And it sounds like it has an interesting story. And Ariana DeBose is in there, Chris Pine, some actors that I like are in there. Alan Tudyk, who's really funny. It's going to be my double header. I'm going to be checking it out with Clay. If you're familiar with the channel, you know who he is. Genie is a Christmas movie from Oscar-nominated screenwriter Richard Curtis. Comes Genie, a holiday fairy tale comedy about a genie, a man landing one last chance to fix this mess you've made of your life with his job. Wait, what? Landing one last chance to fix the mess you've made of your life. With his job, life, and family unraveling around him, a despondent Bernard dusts off a jewelry box and unintentionally releases a genie who just might be able to help him. Maybe it's a long shot, frankly. In process, Flora and Bernard will discover that love and unexpected friendship can unleash a special holiday magic on its own. Sorry about all the mix up of words, but this is starring Melissa McCarthy, and Louis Guzman, Alan Cumming, and it's going to be on Peacock. That's tomorrow. A movie that's going to be on Netflix but is limited in releasing, and the trailers look really interesting, are Leave the World Behind. There's 2 families, strangers to each other, are forced together for a long weekend gone terribly wrong. This is starring Farrah McKenzie, Michaela Harold, Mahershala Ali, Marissa Gills, Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and a lot of great actors. It's based on a book, and the trailers look really, really interesting. It's going to be on Netflix. I think that's where I'm going to go get to see it. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to check it in theaters. And for Good Burger fans, Good Burgers 2, Dexter and Ed reunite in the present day at the restaurant Good Burger with a new group of employees, starring Little Hal Howery, Kevin Koplo, Kenan Thompson, Jillian Bell, Emily Hinkler, Phil Trail, Heath Seifer, I think so, and Kel Mitchell. I know a lot of people are excited for that film. I'm not really super excited. I like Good Burger, but I wasn't like something that I jumped for. Maestro, which is a big awards contender if you into the Oscar type films. This is going to be with Carey Mulligan and Bradley Cooper. Explores the life of legendary composer and conductor Leonard Bernstein. The only reason I have some I'm a little scared about my show is because last year Tar came out and I thought that was one of the worst movies I ever watched. It was so boring. Oh, It was so boring. It was not entertaining at all. I think that I forgot what the actress name that was in it. I thought she was phenomenal, but the rest of the movie was not great. But Maestro is going to be coming out in limited theaters for now. Eventually, will head its way to Netflix. If you are Apple TV Plus subscriber, The Velveteen Rabbit, based on a book, when a 7-year-old William receives a new favorite toy for Christmas, he discovers a lifelong friend and unlocks a world of magic. So that's something you could check out. And yeah, that's all the big releases that are going to be coming out for this week. It's really interesting. For me personally, I'm probably going to be watching, already know I'm going to be watching Napoleon, Wish, and hopefully checking out Saltburn. It's going to be on wide release. And I haven't got tickets for that yet, but we'll see what's going on. And hopefully get to see the Holdovers and Dream Scenario. I'm really excited to check out Dream Scenario. See what you guys have to say. They aren't playing Dream Scenario here this weekend. Oh, that sucks. It's going wide release. I don't know why it's not playing in your theater. Oh my God, I need to audition. You do need to audition. Get them karate chops up. I'm going to check out Wish. Nice. I'm hoping that The Killer's Flower Moon gets a U.S. release right now. It's only in Italy. You can pre-order it. Oh, yeah. We haven't got the American Steelbook yet. I'm trying to figure out if I should see Saltburn or Napoleon. Why not both? I know. You probably don't have the time. I don't know. Both have mixed reviews. So it just depends on which one you're leaning towards more. Are you more excited for a historic epic that's not historically accurate but just entertaining but has problems, or a very weird indie film that has scenes that are rough to watch? I'm hearing depends on what you're in the mood for. Zach, you need to check out my review for Leo. It's a good. Oh, so you got to check it out already. Okay, I got to check that out. I'm gonna try to see Napoleon tomorrow. Okay. What's your favorite movie of the summer? Let me Google it and make sure I remember what came out this summer. Summer movies 2023. Ill. First movie they show is the movie that I did not like. My favorite movie of the summer. So it probably is not the best movie I saw in the summer, but my favorite movie I saw in the summer is going to be Bottoms. I love that movie so much. It was so funny. Are you seeing Wish or Napoleon first? I'm seeing Napoleon first. I'm seeing it at 10 a.m. And then I calculated with trailers and how long the movie is. It should end around like 1:07. And then I have tickets to go see Wish at 1:40. And that movie's not that long. So I should get out of there about like 3-4 o'clock. And then I have time to go home and do whatever I got to do. And hopefully I get reviews for that out as the coming weeks. I might not get out that day. I will do outer theater reactions for them though. Arby has a Good Burger 2 meal. I'm good with Good Burger 2. I will just stick with the OG unless Good Burger 2 gets great reviews. Yeah. X-Men will save the MCU. Well, that was pretty random. I don't know if the MCU needs to be saved, but okay. Wish, actually, I want to talk about this. Let's talk about this since you said this. Characters will not save a franchise. You need consistent writing and consistent storytelling and a direction and letting people know what's going on. I personally have had no problem with it because I'm being patient. I just want to see what all this leads to. Now, if Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars come out and all the stuff that we see doesn't matter, then I'm like, oh, well, I watched all these movies and shows for no reason, even though I liked a lot of them. But, I'm not impatient. But for casual viewers, you got to give them some things that tie them together and tell them like who's the main characters. Like the phases before, they were able to follow Cap and Iron Man. Those are the main characters basically. And then you see everybody around them. They don't have anybody like that. And I think that's what's happening. And people are getting lost in the sauce. Also, they're diversifying the actors who are playing the characters. They're making the directors and writers kind of do more things that they didn't do before. A lot of people complain that the MCU films were like, I went through this whole rant. I didn't even do my outro for my box office talk. If you're watching this on the replay or watch it as it's cut out separate. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about the box office, what's going on with your favorite movie, and if you have any questions about why you think certain things are happening with those box office, the MCU disasters, the Marvels. And I realized I didn't even talk about it. I went like right over the Marvels and what's coming next in movies. Yeah. Move on to the Q&A section. I just realized. But yeah, characters won't save the MCU. It will be consistent writing and getting back on track to the things that casual viewers like. Wishing Napoleon look good. I like weird. I mean, I watched Babylon and I freaking Infinity Pool. Infinity Pool was really, really weird. It's on like the low end of my list of movies that I've seen this year, but I bought the Steelbook because I want to see the uncut version for nefarious reasons. Thoughts on Scream Girl Melissa getting fired? We talked about that extensively, Kal-El, unfortunately. We talked about that earlier. My favorite movie I saw this summer was Oppenheimer. That is my third favorite movie I saw all year. That's my third favorite movie I saw all year. But it's not my, it's weird. I think that's the third best movie I watched, but it's not my favorite movie I saw all summer. Mine has to go No Hard Feelings, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Strays, Meg 2, The Trench. I can't believe you just said Meg 2, The Trench. Those are my summer faves. Did Spider-Verse come out in the summer? I guess April. Is April the summer? I don't think April's the summer. I think that's it's not fall. I think it's spring. I think April is considered spring. I think the summer starts the end of May. Across the Spider-Verse. When did that come out? Did it come out? I think it came out in April. Oh, I'm dumb. This thing came out in June. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that counts. Don't listen to my dummy. Maybe I will fly out to New York and make you watch Meg 3 with me. That is the only way I'll watch that movie. If you take your time to fly all the way to New York to watch Meg 2 with me, I will take the day off to go watch that movie. X-Men is rich in characters and story. It's not hard to mess it up with fresh. Kal-El, what are you talking about? We saw people mess up the X-Men for 10 years. What are you talking about? We saw the X-Men get messed up. X-Men 3, the Wolverine. I like Apocalypse, but Apocalypse. Come on. Dark Phoenix, the mutants. Like, what are you talking about? The X-Men? It's not easy. It's easy to mess it up. We've seen it already. And the MCU can easily mess it up. Infinity Pool is the second to last movie on my 2020 letterbox. Let me see where it's on mine. And this is answering a question that somebody just asked me about letterbox. Infinity Pool is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's my fourth to last on my letterbox. I raised it up a little bit. It was my second last, but I was like, well, it was made well. Spider-Verse came out June 2nd. Yeah, I just Googled it. April is spring, bro. Yeah, I said this, okay? Do you have letterbox, Zach? Yeah, I do. What is my letterbox name? Zathanos? Is that how I tell you? I think that's my letterbox name. I think that's how you follow me. How do you know how you follow me? I don't even know. X-Men Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix are the worst. I like X-Men Apocalypse, and I don't have to whisper it. Dave, that's a lot of commitment for the Meg. It is. But like I said, if he somehow flies out to New York from Oregon. Ooh, I'm just dropping where you're from. My bad. I didn't say from where in there. And I will take that day off. That will be a day off I'm taking off. The original X-Men movie is the best X-Men movie. It's up there. I think I like First Class and Days of Future Past better, but the original X-Men movie is really great. I like I like the mutants. Okay. I shouldn't have said New Mutants because I haven't seen New Mutants. So I'm going to take New Mutants and Dark Phoenix out my mouth. I did see those movies. Maybe I ended up might liking them because I did like Apocalypse. And a lot of people don't like that movie. Mag 3, watch along with me. We're going to make it happen. Look, hey, if you want to collab and do a watch along, I'll do it. That should be fun. New Mutants wasn't that bad. Dark Phoenix was bad. You're good. I don't care. Logan, Days of Future Past, Deadpool, First Class, a lot of good movies, and none of them were terrible. The worst X movie is better than any Ant-Man movie. Stop it. The worst X-Men? Hell no. The Wolverine is not better than Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. You're bugging. Dark Phoenix is not better than Ant-Man. You're bugging. You're bugged out. And I like how you picked the lowest of low tier films out of the MCU. Ant-Man. Like, okay. Days of Future Past is excellent. One of the greatest comic book movies of all time. Who would you cast in X-Men MCU? Oh, that's a loaded topic. I have no idea. I don't know what the tone they're going for, you know? I don't know. A lot of people want Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. I can see him doing it, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard. Because I don't know what ages they're going for. Are they going teenagers? Are they going young adults? Or have they been in the MCU this whole time hiding? Who knows? The train scene in Dark Phoenix was fire too. Much hate. Apocalypse was bad. Okay, sure. Yeah, of course you would like Dark Phoenix. I just bought the most expensive steelbook in my collection. I'm still crying. Oh, what movie was that? This was a shorter episode. I usually go for 2 hours. Try to go for 2 hours. So I'm gonna go 10 more minutes on the live stream with just a Q&A. Just ask me any questions. I'll answer. Let's chat. Have fun. And we can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be about the topics we were originally talking about. We can talk about anything. Just bought most expensive steelbook. And no, it's not Talk to Me Collector's Edition. You bought the Talk to Me Collector's Edition? I wanted it, but it was just too expensive. Is Brainiac still the main villain for Superman? Hey, Lawrence Report. Brainiac has never been announced as the main villain for Superman. Remember, if it's not, hold on. Let me give you the sites. You guys, I want to help you guys, and this is why I do this show, to give you guys the proper information. Where's my list? Actually, I think I have a picture of it. This is not it. Maybe it's YouTube? Yeah. So if it's not Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, IndieWire is good, but you know, comicbook.com, they're not 100% official, but if they have a source attached, they're good. And then a site I found out called Dark Horizons. If it's not one of those, if you didn't see one of those, don't believe it. It's just a rumor. X-Men's Origins Wolverine is in competition with Catwoman as one of the worst superhero movies ever. I'll say I've never seen either movie. I've never seen either movie. Just not interested in those. I've heard they've been considering Daniel Radcliffe to play Wolverine. Once again, that's purely rumor. I haven't seen anything official about that. There's been a lot of fan casting for him to be Wolverine, but there hasn't been any rumors specifically saying Marvel Studios is looking at Daniel Radcliffe. You never seen Dark Phoenix? Don't be that guy. I have no reason to watch that movie. No reason to watch that movie. The universe is done. And it's not even like the most like I wasn't emotionally invested in it like how I'm emotionally invested like the DCEU. I'm super emotionally invested in that franchise. That's why I'm watching Aquaman Lost Kingdom. Yeah, it's still on delay. Oh, and it's still which Logan Steelbook did you get? I have that too. Well, I don't know if you got the same one I got. I have the one that has the noir version, the black and white version. Is that the one you got? Don't want to ask you nothing, Zachariah. All that lip gonna make me come through your block looking for you. Man, be quiet, Kello. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Zachariah is crazy. He always called me that. I'm like, why? Why do I answer to Zachariah? I gotta stop answering to that. That's not my name. Can I suggest you do a David Fincher? Do David Fincher for your unseen movies poll? I think that I'll do that next. After watching The Killer, and I love Gone Girl and Fight Club, I think I'll do David Fincher. I think that's a good idea. I still got to do my last Throwback Thursday movie review. I'm going to also ask that. I like the name Throwback Thursdays, but I also I don't always get out on Thursdays. So I'm going to put a poll out. put some suggestions in the chat right now for names for the throwback series that I do. It's time to switch that up a little bit to give it like a more original name. Did you like the Black Friday deals for physical media this year? They were good. They were solid. I got some stuff from last week when it started. But there's certain stuff that I wanted that's really expensive that didn't get a discount. Like the John Wick. I think it's all the first 4 movies or first 3 movies, but it's like in a book. The book that he beat up the guy with in the 3rd movie. I really, really want that, but that's like $70. I read that the director of Dark Phoenix took the blame for the film poor box office. Back at the time, he also blamed Disney when they Mengar with Fox. Oh, they merged with Fox. Well, the director for Dark Phoenix is the one that directed X-Men 3, and that movie bombed too. Or I don't know. Actually, let me not lie. I don't know if it bombed, but it did not have a good critical score. I know people were very down on that movie. I didn't mind it, but it's not the best out of the 3 films. But Bryan Singer is going to take blame for stuff because he has toxic behavior on set. X-Men Origins is not that bad. Okay. 7, Fight Club, Gone Girl, Social Network. So okay, I saw Social Network, great movie. Gone Girl, great movie. Fight Club, great movie. Never seen 7. It's a movie I wanted to see, so that will definitely be on the poll. It's the gold version. Oh, I definitely got to check that out when you should post it on your community tab. I got to see. How would you know? So you're that guy that trashed. That's why I said, let me take the stuff out my mouth. You know I'm not that guy. I usually go see stuff and make like opinion on myself. Like there's so many movies that people trash that I love. But if I have no interest in watching it, I'm just not going to watch it. If I have no interest in watching something and then it gets trashed, I'm just not going to watch it. Why am I going to put myself through that? I was so Mission Impossible 4. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you to watch 4. The level up of the series is crazy from 1, 2, 3 to 4. Holy crap. Zach attacks the past. Never mind, that was terrible. It is. That sounds crazy. I want to do a Tubi Tuesdays live stream and watch terrible Tubi hood movies. Bro, there's no one doing that. That is amazing. You should do that. You should definitely do that. Even if you can't join my live streams because you're going to be live streaming, I'm fine with that. Definitely do that. I'm definitely going to watch some of those. That is hilarious. Oh, man. Unseen. What has he seen? Like 30 movies ever? Oh, my God. Like Dave's show said, leave Zach alone. I've seen more movies this year than you've seen. So, shush. I found out from my Best Buy. I found out from my guy at Best Buy, anything that people don't buy after February, they're going to sell back to the studios. What? Well, hopefully we can buy it from the studios. Target got that buy 2 get 1 free deal. My Target has nothing. So I'll check when I go, but my Target has nothing when it comes to physical media. It's very sad. I just stopped going. Bryan Singer, who did Superman Returns. Take stuff out. Mouth pushing. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Kal-El. You just spewing stuff. Speaking of bad movies, stay away from Please Don't Destroy movie. Oh, it's bad. It looks so funny. You watch a lot of trash, Zachariah. Like what? Tell me something I watch that's trash. Why stop at X-Men? Where you draw the line is crazy. What do you mean? I watched so many of the X-Men films. I watched the 2 trilogies. I watched Logan. I watched the 2 Deadpool movies. That's enough. I don't need to watch the Wolverine and Dark Phoenix. What is that doing for me? Nothing. I need to ask my local Best Buy what is the cutoff date for their movies. Yeah. My Best Buy is already showing that they don't care. They're like putting barricades and stuff blocking. You could just used to be able to walk easily to where the movies are. And now it's just hard to get to it. You've seen more new movies, not movies, correct? I've seen more movies than you this year in total. In total. I have 2 more minutes. So if you guys have any more questions and want to talk, let's talk. Yeah, my Target has nothing either. I haven't even gone there. Last time I went there to go look at the media, they only had one little section. Yeah, same thing. They used to have what's it called? A whole big section of movies, and that's it. Did you see Meg 2? Did you see Meg 2, Kal-El, to say that it was trash? Are you doing the thing that you were accusing me of? Huh? Did you watch my review? Did I say it was trash? Huh? Putting up, hey, Zach M, what's up, man? I know you're about to go live soon, so thank you for jumping in. Putting up barricades. Zach be like meme for Blu-rays. Let me in. I need to put that up here for like a video I could use. I was like this is a maze. Why can't I find where I want to go? Talk to you later, Uncle Zach. Thank you for joining the live stream, Uncle. I'm not even going to repeat that. How dare you, Shay? Man, I didn't think Walmart would be our movie spot again. You know, Polite Society. Did you watch Polite Society? Did you watch Polite Society? That's a really good movie. It's not a trash film. Once again, you're doing the thing that other people, you just said that I shouldn't do. Polite Society was a really good movie. And it was very different and unique. So, take on you. Hold on. I got something for you.
Move this man!
That was for Kal-El. I'm planning to drop 150 to 200 in January on Best Buy movies. Wow. See? Shut up about Polite Society. Exactly. Out here just talking his, smacking his lips. No, nobody's talking about. But yeah, guys, that was 10 minutes. And I have to go. I might have to see if I can chop this video up and do it sections tonight. If I don't get a chance to do it, I'll do it another time. But this was really, really fun. I love doing this live stream with you guys. You guys make this so much better and so much more entertaining to do it than I was just talking to an empty void. So appreciate everybody that's been here. For the news stories that you guys missed, check out the replay. If you somehow started this video and watched it all the way to this point, thank you so much. Appreciate the watch time. Comments down below what's your thoughts of the video, and remember that if you have any news stories that you want me to talk about that you might think I might have missed, or even if stuff that you like, maybe Zach saw this but I'm not sure, email them to zachattacknewslive@gmail.com. You can email me there, or you can hit me up on Twitter and just DM me it, Zach Attack RVS on Twitter or X, whatever it wants to be called, or even on Instagram, same thing, Zach Attack RVS. So you have 3 different options. Email me, or you can DM me on those and just DM me news stories so I can be prepared for the week if you guys want me to talk about anything. And if you have some inside stories that's legit, email me or DM me. But other than that, I'm going to hit the road. I appreciate all you guys. Everybody saying, like, oh, Malcolm, thank you for joining the live stream. I appreciate you being here. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Just know there will be no leftovers. That is a fact. Appreciate the love, Kal-El, as always. All right, bro. Good stream. Keep it up. Hit the like. Yeah, everyone hit that like button. And peace out.